What's up, Alphas? It's your boy, Alphas LMA, coming back at you with another Keep It 99, part of Overall 99 Media Network. I am here today with the one and only host of Do You Hear Me? By Nico Williams. It is
Unico Williams, baby.
Yeah.
I'm in the house.
You know,
We rehearsed that 30 times.
Yeah, we did. I pointed the wrong direction, everything.
I thought we were about to do the fusion dance real quick.
Like, oh, wrong way, my guy. Speaking of the wrong way, we gonna start off with something a little different. Did you see Tyrese on Instagram? My man was wild. Had a giant party with Jamie Foxx and a bunch of 100% COVID people, and they the only people that watch the Oscars.
That whole thing was wild. Like, what is Tyrese doing at this point?
He having a COVID party, and the only people on Earth. He having a COVID party, and the only person on Earth that's watching the Oscars.
I certainly wasn't.
They said the Oscars went down like 65%. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know the Oscars was on. I don't even know a movie that came out.
Shout out to my homegirl Tiara Thomas. She got an Oscar. Shout out to Ball State, Chirp Chirp, for a song she did for Black Jesus or Black Judas, one of them. Yeah, but she did music on that. She got an Oscar. Shout out to her for that.
Shout out to her. But yeah, other news Tyrese did. He kind of waxed his own girl on Instagram Live. He had a pat on his chin. Put it on. So the question that everybody want to know, Unico, is have you ever done it? Because it seems like there's something they think you would do.
No, I have not. I honestly feel like I would have to ask. I would ask if my girl asked me to do it. I would definitely say, "Why can't you?"
Yo, I love how I paint these narratives for you. Unico got so many narratives painted against him because of it.
Yeah. And then say I decided to do it. Say I decided to do it. Why are you putting it? I don't want you to put it on Instagram Live that I'm doing it. You see her little feet just kept on wiggling in the air the whole time he was doing it too. I was just like, what is this? Is this an enjoyable experience? Like, what's going on?
Yo, it is wild. I know people want like, hey man, why y'all talking about this? I'm uncomfortable. I feel you. I was uncomfortable watching, so you have to share my pain.
Yeah.
And we talked about something that's gonna come out tomorrow on What's New 99. So we're gonna talk about a little bit on Keeping 99. Did you see those boys from yeah, they went and took a casket from their ops and just took it away.
Okay, so I'm getting a lot of different reports. Some people are saying that it's in Brazil. And then there's some people, but let's go off the premise. Let's say that this is the ops come to this guy's funeral and just taking his casket. This goes way beyond them Florida boys at this point.
That's the number one time I heard in my life.
Level of disrespect. Like,
what did they put the casket?
On the flip, on the flip side, what if that was just his homies that the family said, no, he's dead because of y'all. Don't come to the funeral. So they just pull up anyway and grab a homeboy.
That's kind of worse. I rather my ops did it than my friends who they told you not to come. But that's a wild story. What do you do with the casket?
If they dislike him that much, wouldn't his other gang member friends be there to keep that kind of thing from happening? Shouldn't there have been more commotion? Y'all can't just walk up in there in blue hats and just take caskets and walk out with no issue at all.
Yeah. Where do you take the casket? What do you do with it?
I guess you go defile it or something, or put it in a river or something.
What do you defile it with?
Or maybe you take pictures and post on Instagram and be disrespectful. I don't know. It's all bad. It's just
y'all
it's
social
so
media
bold.
kids different if you just go out there and take pictures of a dead body. That's a wild thing to do. That is.
Yeah. The disrespect is at an all-time high right now in 2021. It's up there.
Man,
when they said when it's up, it's stuck, that mean that.
Man, when I guess COVID and everybody decided they're gonna come outside and act up. They said we've been inside for you. We gotta act up today. I don't know what y'all talking about. Act up.
They went a whole year without showing out for the most part.
Yeah, and they like, we finna play games. All crime was down. Now crime shot up. They were like, I hate stupid reports when they be like, well, crime shot up a lot since last year. Well, technically we was all locked in the house.
Yeah.
So of course what you think if you can't go outside? Who are you gonna commit a crime against? Bro, I went to go to Atlanta, ain't nobody outside. Went to Houston, ain't nobody outside. Now I'm seeing people outside. So what you think gonna happen? That's a stupid report. Don't report stupid stuff. Of course it's gonna be higher there. People outside now.
Yep. And it's the summer. You know how we get in the summer.
Yeah, man. Man, this people gonna act up. That's what's gonna happen in this time. Prayers for anybody in these situations. These are crazy situations.
Yeah.
And now we hear
people lift it up in prayer.
Yeah, man. Because all these situations, I don't want that to happen to nobody. That is ridiculous. Prayers out to everybody, family. Hope the situation ain't what it was rumored to be, or anything like that. Just I don't know, but prayers to everybody. Prayers to Tyrese and his Transformers in his house. If you watch Drewski Too Funny, you'll know about his little revolt show. That's awesome. By the way, you should watch it. Drewski Too Funny. Funny guy. That guy, I'm glad he got a TV show. That is hilarious. But yeah, you run Tyrese got Transformers all around his house. I got one outside, one in his house. Probably got some Fast and the Furious car.
Cause like it feels like Sweet Lady just wasn't enough for him to say that was my contribution to the arts. Like he's like, you know what? No, it was Transformers and Fast and the Furious. That's why I'm Tyrese. It's not because of all the great music that I made.
Tyrese.
So he owes a lot to Transformers. Period.
He does. Got him back on track. Same way Iron Man kind of got Robert Downey Jr. back on track. Speaking of, we have a new Captain America.
Woo, Sam. Come on, Sam.
Got an African American Captain America. I wanna talk about something real quick. I know a lot of people, not a lot of people, very few people, say Bucky should have got Captain America. If you actually read the comics, Captain America never gave Bucky a shield. Not once. That shocks a lot of people. You know that? Did you know that, Unicorn?
I'm not surprised.
He never gave him the shield. But Bucky, however, was Captain America when Captain America went missing for a time. So he was Captain America. He was Captain America first. But if the only person that I remember, it could be changed recently. I don't know if they did something recently that could have changed it. But from what I remember, he gave Sam the shield, and that's when he had the most comic book accurate suits that we had so far. That looked just like that. Them comics were not good though, so I hope MCU do better than that comic book did.
Yeah.
Them storylines were lame. But he did fight U.S. Agent too, and that was in the comics.
Yeah.
So we got that. I want to get into something before I know Unico going to talk about it, but I want to get into something important. The Isaiah Bradley scene was amazing. That whole storyline, that little offshoot backup storyline was incredible. The story it told, a lot of people don't know. If you don't know, an older black man who was in the army or in a war, my father was, my uncles was. The one thing they love is recognition. Knowing they did something, knowing they mattered, knowing that in a country that appeared to hate them, that they get some kind of recognition because a lot of people before them never got it. We got a monument in that all the old black men literally was going to when it first came out in the hometown. That had all their names of all the veterans, and that excited all the old black men. So when he started tearing up, when he got that thing, you kind of felt it because I have seen it before. So that hit me a little different. Seeing uncles and father and all them kind of who don't tear up, kind of slightly tear up. You know how old black men, they don't really show emotion, but they kind of tear up. That was amazing because it just reminded me of that, and I was like, that is an amazing scene, especially if you know the history behind it. We helped fight, but nobody acknowledged their situation, especially for the Vietnam people who came back and got spit on. I said it because again, my dad and all of them got spit on because Vietnam was a very unpopular war. But not even getting recognized for it, while other people was kind of big deal. So when that thing came in Raleigh, it was a big deal. Seeing this in the show was a big deal. And I want to commend Marvel for actually going through with that. The speech was amazing Sam gave, even though I had a problem with it because they Disneyfied it at certain points, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Unicorn, I'm going to let your thoughts go on the show, and then we're going to converse.
I honestly got to say, I didn't know that they was going to hang on to that whole black thing as long as they did, and they did. So shout out to Disney, A, for doing that, but B, shout out to Marvel for not saying, here's Luke Cage, and then calling it a day. You know what I'm saying? They kept it going. They kept it going. I think that, with Luke Cage, they could have definitely, they didn't hit too much on the black aspect of things, but it was cool in the casting. But with this one, they really stuck there. Like, there was a super soldier. Like, y'all celebrate Captain America, but it's a super soldier right there, and actually went toe to toe with the Winter Soldier, took his arm. So at one point, so that was I think that was cool that they followed through and kept it going. I'm intrigued to see how many people on the internet is over there talking about, just like how they talk about LeBron James and all them, like, keep politics out of my superhero movies. No, that's something that needed to happen. I'm glad that Disney went through with it.
It's not politics because it's comic book related, and it happened a long time ago before any of this happened, so it happened before you talk about it. Sam Wilson got the shield from Captain America. That's comic book. Isaiah Bradley is a comic book character. Monica Rambeau is a comic book character. And I appreciate Marvel actually giving black superhero. Not making a black dude already a superhero. That's just kind of a shot at DC. Did I just take a shot at DC? Talking about Michael B. Jordan being Superman? I kind of took a shot, then. I kind of did. Like, I don't know. Why don't you just make black superhero? Why you keep... We got Green Lantern and that's it. Why don't you... We got Static Shock, Blue Lightning. Okay,
Steel.
Can you make some more? Or can you give them shine? Like, we got Monica Rambeau. I'm pretty sure we're getting Blue Marvel sooner or later. We got Isaiah Bradley. We got Sam Wilson. All comic book related from a long time ago. And it's legit. You don't feel like it's forced. It's literally comic book. It's what's happened in the comic book before all we woke now. This happened before all of that. So, and you get them and they like, hey, give them a scene to see if they work. Monica Rambeau, boom, hit. People love her. To the point where some people arguing that she should have been more focused on the show, but I'm like, it's one that show. She gonna get her own. The way people loved her, she gonna get her own show.
Yeah.
And she gonna shine, and she might be in Miss Marvel too and all that, Secret Invasion or whatever. By the way, we gotta talk about Secret Invasion. I told you they're gonna put a lot in that. Emilia Clarke is in Targaryen. Game of Thrones is in that show.
From Game of Thrones.
Yeah, you're not putting all that money into that show without that show being something big. But I appreciate they making their own characters and making black characters that are just them.
We waiting for that Storm reboot. We waiting for that one.
Yeah, Storm. That's the one everybody you go to, but I wish they could have did. I think what they were gonna do, I wish they could have did it. But we unfortunately look like we might not get that. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. Because if you know the comic book, you know Storm is Black Panther's wife. So if you know that story, I wish we could have got that. I don't know if they're gonna kindle that or something. He had a wife that he didn't before he was Black Panther. So I don't know how they could do it. Could introduce him some cool way, at least acknowledge it in some way, which would be cool. Then she went with Professor X and all that stuff. You can tell that whole story. But Marvel did a great job with it. I gotta give them. The show was great. Carly was... The Flag Smasher was kind of trash. I think they cut all the scenes because, again, they weren't going to be coming further. If you watch the show, spoilers, they're not alive anymore. All of them are gone. The Flag Smashers are done. It's over. So I felt like they cut out the scenes with them due to the COVID and the pandemic. And they had because in the first episode, they say vaccine. And they mentioned vaccine a few times. You see vaccine on a sign sometimes. So it's kind of hidden that they had a storyline. It's confirmed. I heard it's confirmed that they had a global pandemic. That was supposed to be the storyline before COVID happened. They cut it. which kind of took away the flag smashers. I think a lot of Carly's and people's spunk. You know what I mean? Because they just felt like they was just an enemy just to be there instead of important. But I think they were like, we can cut this because they not gonna be around no more. You know what I mean? So we can cut their part.
Yeah.
We found out Sharon was the power broker. We might get a new Falcon and Torres, so that's gonna be cool. U.S. agent is with Miss Hydra. I just want to go over everything before we have a discussion. Make sure I don't miss nothing. It looked like we might have Dark Avengers, which would be cool. We saw Zemo had that cool scene when his butler blew up the car. And then it was announced on the radio, and he looked over. Kind of like fourth wall breaking. And it was kind of cool. Like he looked over, then he laid down. Like, I did my job. No more super soldiers, except for the 2 we got. So Thunderbolts look like that might be happening because he is with Thunderbolt Ross. I think I covered everything in the finale. What's your thoughts on the overall series, though, Unico?
I just feel like, I mean, I talk about this a lot. You know, I bring up, some people have that, like we did with Nancy Pelosi, where he's doing a little bit too much to push the whole black narrative thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, let them be heroes too sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't always got to be a fight for justice all the time. And I mean, it was cool to see a hero because he got profiled in one of the episodes. That the officer was like, "Is he bothering you?" And talking to Winter Soldier, and Winter Soldier is the one with the warrant out for his arrest, not Sam. So, and you know, they showed that kind of stuff, and I think that stuff is important to see. But that even superheroes had to go through it. But I mean, they spent 6-7 episodes like, hey, black people got problems, and even superheroes. So I mean, again, I appreciate the nod, but at some point, let's let them be superheroes too, though.
I hope that's in Captain America 4. I get why they did it. They had to give 6 episodes on why he accepted the suit, so they had to do it. Like, why would a black man support Captain America? It's a big topic in this country. Why would you want to represent America? It's a big topic. I guess they wanted to tackle it. The speech was amazing, except for the stupid parts, which is, did they? I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But the stupid part was, well, they were kind of right because you shouldn't label people. And I'm like, that's half right. But after a while, you start labeling people. You know what I mean? Sooner or later, you are a terrorist.
Yeah.
Like, you don't initially call them terrorists. If they would have ordered the episodes in another order, I think that could have worked too. If they would have called them a terrorist before she bombed the building, like, these are terrorists, and they just emphasized that a lot with the senators and stuff, I think that could have worked. But instead, you called it after she bombed the building. I'm like, she kind of a terrorist, dog. You can't attack senators and be like, they kind of had a point. I'm like, no, didn't we just go through this? I know this was filmed kind of before that. You could, but yes, it's not what you but the rest of the speech was great. What's your thoughts on his big speech about?
That was I like the fact that he was talking about, I'm not really so much the hero. It's your local politicians. That's
your senators.
Those are the people that are the real heroes. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I love that call out. Hey, why don't you do something? I know it's hard. You just trying to do something easy and make some money. Who you talking to? We ain't in the room. You talking to a billionaire in your room. That's who in your pocket right now. Billionaire is talking to you. Not us. Not the regular people. Some billionaire who wants something done, don't get it done because he giving you money. So it's not going to be easy to fix. So figure out how to fix it. You just send these people to who won't worry. Why you think they're going to fight? It made sense. They had this scene with Carly and U.S. agent that I was like, oh my God. Like, your friend life didn't matter. Lemar's life didn't matter. Not to me. I'm like, come on. Really? Really? Lemar's life didn't matter? Your thoughts on Lemar's life not matter?
Man, I'm not touching that one. I've been canceled enough this week or this month, this in 2020.
Go over it.
Unnecessary, but again, shout out to Disney. Shout out to Disney.
My life didn't matter. Not to me. Not to my cause. Isn't it Disney trying to be for everybody instead of just making a part that made sense? I don't know why you. That was the most ridiculous thing. Lamar's life didn't matter. That might be the title of this podcast.
Well, that also happens to be my middle name, so
yeah,
why not?
Yeah, so you found out Unico's middle name, Lemar. Mine, the middle name is right up here. Right there, that's my middle name. The one you call me. So Joe's life does matter to us. So Lamar, your life does matter, sir.
Thank you, Lamar.
yes, Lamar life does matter. That's gonna be the title of this episode. But yes, that was ridiculous. But overall, 8 out of 10, 7.9 out of 10. I kind of enjoyed. I enjoyed it a little more than WandaVision. It wasn't as fun as WandaVision. Nowhere near as fun. WandaVision had me on my edge of my seat every week, and then you watch it. Like, if you watch it, the thing is, if you watch it again, WandaVision, when it was happening, was amazing, because you were coming up with what's going to happen next week. Ooh, who going to show up? Mephisto's going to show up or somebody? The Darkhold there. Why's the Darkhold there? What does that got to do? And all that stuff, and them look. Evan Peters. It was fun, but then you watch it again, you kind of like, you already know what's going to happen. You're going to be like, it wasn't good.
It was cool.
Yeah, it was cool. It was fun when you watch it because you don't get that much fun in TV shows no more, but it was cool.
I don't see myself, turning it on and going to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like one of them kind of shows.
Yeah.
Like, how you got that one show, like I turn on Death Note and I just go to sleep because I'm still like, I enjoy it. I probably won't watch WandaVision ever again, to be honest.
That is true. Falcon and Winter Soldier, I can watch. Is it gonna be like must see watch again? No, but if I be like, hey, I ain't seen this in a minute, I want to like before Captain America 4 come out, I might watch it again. You know what I mean? And I think it'll come out in 2 years. Captain America 4 will probably come out in 2023 because I think all the movies they announced is the 2022. So they're announcing the other movies coming will probably start in 2023. So I'll watch it right before it come out.
Do that many people have Disney Plus? Bro. To where this $9.99 subscription is really helping to fund all these free shows, basically.
I think they had almost 60 million a month, 65 million. It was at 50 at the beginning of the year, the first quarter. I think they could be starting to get to 65 million because I know Falcon and the Soldier is beating WandaVision in looks now.
So, I mean, because you think about it, I'm like, okay, people pay membership, and then like you dropping stuff like WandaVision, you dropping stuff like, and let's not forget, you coming out with movies too, and it's like y'all giving us WandaVision and Falcon Winter Soldier for free. You know what I'm saying? Basically, essentially, it's free.
Well, if you get 65 million people at $10 a pop, that's 650 million a month. Pretty sure you can fund you quite a few movies.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
I'm saying that's 650 million a month. I'm pretty sure you can fund quite a bit of movies off that. So I'm think they giving us that. So, but I enjoyed the show. Really good show. Like I said, I probably won't peep it again. I'm really looking forward to Loki coming out June 11th. Loki looks fun.
This week I will be using this week to watch the stuff that I didn't watch. So that's Iron Man, Age of Ultron. That's gonna be Winter Soldier. So I will be catching up on that. I'm excited to do it. I think I might do the little whole start from the beginning thing and just watch a movie a day and see where that takes me.
Okay, you're gonna enjoy.
Guardians of the Galaxy. I haven't watched not near one of them.
That's all fun stuff. Iron Man 2 kind of trash. You don't have to watch that. Skip that.
I fell asleep on Iron Man 2.
That movie terrible. You don't have to watch that. But you go in the winter, Captain America and the Winter Soldier. I like how they did that at the end too. When they said Captain America and the Winter Soldier again.
Yeah,
that was a nice touch. That officially makes it official. He's Captain America now, 100%.
Do you think that's how they're going to start the next? And I know we got to move on, but do you think the next thing that they do is he going to have to tackle people saying that's not my Captain America? Is he going to have to tackle protests and stuff like that when they start off the next series? Like, is he going to have to deal with manga?
I doubt he had to deal with it. I seriously doubt he had to deal with it. I think he addressed it in the speech. People right now don't want me to be Captain America, and I can feel it. I don't think he got to tackle it again after he already kind of
he tackled it all season.
Yeah, he kind of did it already. So hopefully we can move on and we can get a hero that represents us and people can get good images of black people. Because he did represent well. Shout out to Anthony Mackie. He represented well in the show.
Definitely a bigger comeback from his defeat in 8 Mile.
Yes. But like I said, great show. You gonna watch Captain America and the Winter Soldier, you're gonna see a lot of parallels in the fights. So you're gonna see some stuff you saw in this fight. They did a lot of parallel, which was a cool callback, but you didn't see it, so you wouldn't notice it, so that'd be fun. And now we gotta talk about, well, I wanna plug something real quick. I wanna plug Shadow and Bone on Netflix. That's an amazing show. Shadow and Bones is amazing. It's about, I don't want to really spoil it, but it's a typical medieval. It's not really medieval. They got gracious witch-like people who got powers, who men and stuff. Kind of like a Black Clover like deal. They got like power of darkness, power of wind, power of fire. It's really good show. It's well made. I'm gonna talk about
it up right now.
Yeah, it's really good. It's only 8 episodes, so it's really quick. It gets really good. Episode 5. I'm on episode 7 now. I'm about 10 minutes in episode 7 before I took a shower, and we got on here. But it's a really good show. Episode 5 and 6 was really good. Episode 7 started out really good. Episode 1 to 4 was slow. Good. What's that?
Plot wise, is it complicated, that kind of thing?
It's straightforward. It's simple. Okay. It's a real simple show. It's not complicated at all. It's really simple. Rare creature. It's Black Clover. If you watch Black Clover, you know about the anime manga. Stuff it got kind of a chosen one feel stuff. Typical story, but typical sometimes good. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I tell people simple is good. Being convoluted sometimes confuse people. So being simple, creating a structure, creating great characters you know about. Got an amazing side story. The only side story I cared about in the last 3 years. I'm like, this is a really cute side story. And that's a really
got it queued up right now, so we get to go.
Yeah, so it's a good show. It's a quick watch too, and I watch 6 episodes quick, and that's always a good thing to me. If I feel like the episode's going quick, that's a really good sign. It's a good show to me. Because some shows I watch, I'm like, bro, the show ain't over yet. it ain't 40 minutes. But it's a really good show. I recommend it. I'm going to try to recommend a show every week. Everybody knows Snowfall. I'm too far behind on Snowfall to talk about it.
Whew. I haven't even started, but people are just going crazy about it. I know when I started, it sound like something that's going to grip me a little bit. I say that.
Yeah. Maul's bragging about it. By the way, I want to talk about the Joe Budden podcast. I don't know if you keep up with that. You keep up with it, Joe?
Only when he does something to trend on Twitter. That's the only time. So, okay. What's going on?
Well, I'll talk about that in a minute. But we got to get to Invincible because people are here to hear Unico's Invincible take. Unico, give us your Invincible week episode 7 take.
Man, it's every week. Every week it just gets better and better. It gets more jaw dropping every week. Hey, if you ain't on episode 7, too bad. You should be.
This is a spoiler show. What's wrong with you?
And when Immortal Man came back, I was like, oh, okay, it's about to go down. But by this point, he was already caught. I felt like it would have been more fun had he came and tried to take down Omni-Man, like before he was found out by the world, or not by the world, but by that secret society or whatever. But again, somebody tried to give Omni-Man a good fight, and he just easily beats people all the time. And I'm so confused. I'm confused as to how he was struggling with that monster, but he just punched right through Immortal Man, and I or the Immortal rather, and it was. I really wish they had got to Mark first, but
shout out to Mark for getting
nothing
a
can hurt this
win.
dude.
Mark got a win.
Yeah, he did get a win. He did not get whooped, but I think that with because his dad was there and he actually knew it this time. He probably didn't want to look bad in front of him. But I
Yo,
man,
I'm the man of
shout
beast.
out to Adam Eve for helping to keep Mark together a little bit, man. He done lost his woman. That's canon. So
I got a problem with her. What's her name? I don't even forgot her name. She annoying me. Amber.
Amber, yeah.
Can we talk about Amber? Why is she the most she went from annoying to please get her off this show.
Really? That's how you feel? I felt the annoying part for sure. But...
Oh, it been annoying. It been annoying the whole season. But when she said I've been new, my head would have said, what? What? I'm mad you didn't tell me. What? Am I stupid? So you knew. I'm upset you didn't tell me about it. Can you please explain to me how stupid you said right now? I'm like, you've been annoying all season. Every time you do something, oh my God, you're late again. Okay, I get it. You don't know what he do for a living. I understand. You just annoying. I get it. But when you told me you knew, I'm like, oh, bro, she dangerous. She one of them psychopath, pseudo-intellectual, liberal women that used to be white. People, I saw some people saying, angry black woman alert. I'm like, bro, she ain't even angry. She just crazy.
She's not even angry.
She just crazy. She's more like a white woman. Like she like a Karen. Bro, she's like a Karen, bro.
She hasn't been fun since she kicked dude in the nuts.
Yeah, and she usually like these weird manipulative little moves to try to manipulate him. I'm like, bro, if you knew who he was, why don't you just be like, okay, I understand why you were late. He said he got hit with a bus. You should know something was weird when he said it.
I got hit by a bus. No, I got whooped by a space cat.
Which, hey, that space cat is a bus. Let's not pretend he's not a bus.
Man, he whooped everybody.
If you read the manga, the comic book, you know he's a bus. He more than a bus.
Is he Doomsday? Or is he Dark Side?
Can't do spoilers, man. But he is considered. I don't want to give spoilers. Hey, I don't want to give spoilers.
He got my respect. Like honestly, he didn't even need to bring the other villains with him. He had the team in check that battle,
bro. And it wasn't even close. I'm the man. He struggled with his group. He was like, get out of here. Monster Girl, one of the most powerful people in the world. He just, whoa.
Shout out to the brother getting his powers back, man. Shout out to the brother getting his powers back.
He got his power back, and they were like, yo, we finna go do some work. And they're like, nah, fam. You sit back. You the last hope of Untitled, man. Them people like, we the last what? No, we ain't going out there. I mean, we the last hope.
Did you see what they just shot at this man?
They shot at. Yo, I like how you looked over. You wouldn't. Boom.
I thought something was actually going to happen. And like, it was actually going to cripple him for a second.
My man said they're going to keep him down for 5 minutes. He stood up or not.
And then flew out to space and took it point blank range.
The man is OP.
But he's OP.
But he is OP. But it was, other than Amber, show been amazing.
Absolutely.
I'm like, but oh my God, she's so annoying. I've never seen. I saw black women was like, they need to get her off the show. I ain't never seen black women root for another black woman to get off the show.
They couldn't even pretend.
They're like, yo, this one.
We couldn't even pretend like we liked her. Like I said, I liked her in episode 1, and then after that, she just was playing hard to get. And how about we start all over? She just was doing too much, and that's why she was single when Mark met her.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, everybody said, and then he got this other girl who down to earth for him, man. They're like, yo, Mark, he go to her when he in bad shape. He just fly to her. I'm like, bro, who you with in your life, bro? What we talk about this tomorrow on the podcast, bro. You got this toxic girl who playing games with you all the time versus this girl who every time you whine, she take you somewhere and baby you back to life. Ain't that what she do, basically? Hey, he did it 3 times. Well, was it 2 or 3 times?
She's looked out for. She's been one heck of a support for him. Like ever since he got his powers
Even
and all
with
that.
Amber.
Like
she was his number one
even
support.
helped out with Amber.
Yeah, she vouched for the man. Like, oh man, he good, man. He a good dude. He just life, man. Blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. He a good dude. You should stay with him. But he doing all that. I'm like, bro, you get a girl that vouch with you for you another girl, bro. It's wifey type right there. Look at comments.
Let's not forget that.
Comments
the other
like,
game
y'all rooting for the black woman to lose to the what? Hey, bro. Listen, it's a sacrifice must be made. Have you seen Amber? Go watch the show.
I think she's about to be off the show. Because if he's not dating her anymore, what's the point? If he's gonna start pursuing Adam Eve, what's the point? We really don't need her no more.
That is true, and she's annoying, and she needs to go. Needs to get out of this show.
And we got black representation. I mean, when they killed Black Batman, but we got a black dude in the team, and we got who else we got? And we got Hispanic representation with dude that be flipping coins at people.
Yeah,
that took
Asian
down,
representation. I think. Are they still around? Are they even around? I don't.
Yeah, and Duplicate still in there.
Yeah, they just don't show her often. She's still on the team. She just somewhere in the background behind somebody else.
Yeah, she's
got Robot.
Her best thing.
Who is what's his name now? Mark, not Mark. What's the guy? Adam Eve's first boyfriend.
I can't think of his name. He's a forgettable character to me. He
is. He's kind of just there for Robot. I think he's just there for Robot to like create his look like him. I think he's gone soon too. I think he's gone.
Not to mention, like he's a bad Gambit. Like he's Gambit, but bad. That's why we got a change shortage right now, because that man is taking up all the change and flipping it at people. I'm sick of it.
Yeah, his character is terrible, and he was just to get Adam Eve to a point where she's vulnerable and leave. He was there for Robot to get to the point where he wants to copy how he looked as a child. I think his purpose is served, so he might be gone soon. Like what other purpose? I would wonder why he was still around anyway. But I'm like, oh, okay. Robot took his younger self. As for that comic relief part, why do you look like a younger me?
Let's talk about Robot for a second. Ew, his regular body. Oh my god! It just like that show. As soon as it started, it just started getting real, and then boom, like, oh yeah, this whole time I wasn't just some robot. I was just the robots were proxies, and I'm just super smart, deformed person. And shout out to the clone scientists, man. They are good comic relief, man. I hope they stay in the game a while. They are pretty funny.
He's a struggling. He's basically Iron Man, except for the Iron Man you don't want to be.
Pretty much.
He's an Iron Man you don't want to be. But the twins, the clone twins, still around.
I love them. I love them. They play their part. They don't do too much. They was in episode 1. They the villains that don't get killed. They the ones that get locked up and just keep coming back out.
Yeah.
And just causing problems.
And you can technically kill them, but they make it fun where they can just clone again.
And I think they like lost track of who's the actual clone. So like that's a running joke too.
They've been lost. It's probably impossible. It's like that guy off My Hero Academia. Anybody be reading that manga? He the same way. They fought, thousands of them fought, and then you're like, and he won, and he was like, am I the real?
Right.
You thought everybody got the same memories exactly, and if you fought for like a year, you kind of be like, "Am I the real? We got the same memories." But that's a fun character. I like him.
Absolutely.
And they do stuff still. They bring Immortal back, put his head back together, and bring him back, and he went there and just started yelling. We're gonna control him. And you're like, no, Omni-Man.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how he just knew where Omni-Man was at, but he went straight to him, and we wanted all the smoke.
I did want Omni-Man to say a cold line to him. I'm about to end you again. So I remember he set it up, but he didn't say it. He was like, I'm gonna end you again or something. It was something. It would have been dope if he would have said that line.
Punch to the gut. It's over.
Ended him. Mortal Kombat came out this week. Unico, did you watch?
No.
Unico,
I was supposed to watch it on Friday and was unable to do so because the person I was watching it with, they had to abruptly leave. So with that being said, I'm going to be watching it myself at this point. I've given it up time. I'm watching the movie.
All right. I'm going to give it 7 out of 10. It's the ultimate.
How about in comparison to the first one?
At the time or right now?
Let's go back
That's
to
a different
the time.
answer. If it's at the time, the first one is clearly better. But if you watch the first one again, you'd be like, this movie wasn't as good as I remember. This movie is not as good as I remember, but at the time, it was the most epic one ever. And then they came out with Annihilation, and you were like, oh my God, this is movie terrible. That movie was terrible at the time. It was terrible now. It was terrible when they wrote it. That was the worst movie. Bruh. I think the Mortal Kombat TV series might be one of the best ones they did. People don't talk about it because nobody watched
the cartoon?
Oh, the TV series. Legacy or whatever. Yeah, so they got a little TV series that nobody... You see, you didn't watch it.
I didn't.
You didn't watch it? Nobody watched it. I watched it. I was the only person. I went to school talking about Mortal Kombat and nobody like, what? There ain't no Mortal Kombat show. Quit lying.
I was watching the cartoon that came on right after the Street Fighter cartoon on USA back in the day, every Sunday. That's what I was watching. But what is the Legacy one, what they got to do with Sonya?
I can't remember it though, but I remember I liked it.
They try and make everything, make Sonya the star, and no matter what it is, they trying to make Sonya the star.
I know people want to hear my opinion on it, so I'm gonna give y'all a little bit. Cole is the most useless character I've ever seen. Sonya is thirsty. That's all you need to know.
For Johnny Cage.
Johnny Cage ain't even in the movie.
What? Okay.
He is teased, but he's not there, so we don't know what that's gonna end up being. But he is, and some other stuff happened. Sub-Zero was amazing. They gave him a horror movie vibe. Unico.
I love to hear.
That's the best thing ever. And I'm gonna just tell you this part. I can tell you this because it's not really a spoiler. Because they put the 7 minutes out, so y'all fault y'all didn't watch. But every time you show up, somebody be like, "It's cold," and then it become like a horror movie. And I'm like, "This is amazing."
Oh, I love it.
Like, who filmed Sub-Zero part? I'm like, who filmed Sub-Zero part and who filmed the rest of this movie? That's what I want to know. Why is it so different? Because Sub-Zero part came I'm like, if y'all just made this whole movie a horror movie like this, it would have been fire. Like I'm like, why nobody ever thought about making a horror movie version of Mortal Kombat?
I mean, the door is open for it.
That's what you can make it a horror version, and the good guy still can win, but you can make it like these people are supposed to be from Outworld, supposed to be incredibly scary. You know what I mean?
I mean, you got cats like Baraka.
That's what I'm saying. It's supposed to be Reptile, Melina. You got all these crazy characters, and I'm like, make it a horror movie. Like you have I wish this movie. There's so much they could do with this movie. I thought they could have did amazing with. I'm like, if you guys
special forces is just humans, they're just a whole bunch of humans.
That's what I'm saying, and they can still win. They can still win, but they should have fear when you got a giant reptile thing that can spit acid at you. You should be scared. It should be a want for survival, my guy. Liu Kang, the only one that shouldn't be scared of because he can shoot fire. He's not a normal monk. But everybody else should be like, oh.
So would there be, I think since everybody's so into this now, are they building an MK universe?
I think they're supposed to have 4 movies. If it does well, they're supposed to have more movies every time it does well. This one did really well. I seen Grace just did a movie math, and her title was like, it killed it. And it did well because you know she does. But I didn't hear the numbers yet because right before I saw it, we was on here. So shout out to Grace. I'm gonna watch it, but from what I'm hearing, even on Twitter, it did really well. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna do a second one. And they teased a lot of stuff for a second one. So
a lot of cast was like, just make the Scorpion versus Sub-Zero story and call it a day.
That's the first 7 minutes, and that's amazing. That's why I say the first 7 minutes and the last 7 minutes is Sub-Zero. And those 14 minutes, and you like, who made the rest of this movie? And why did they make these 14 minutes and didn't make the rest of
it? Hour and 50 minutes, y'all.
Yeah, it's an hour and 50 minutes, 14 minutes of it. Somebody else made that. I don't know who did it, but he did amazing. And the rest of it was kind of, Kano killed his job. Kano did amazing. Jax was good in his part. Kung Lao. Cabal was good, the little we saw him. Scorpion did amazing, the little bit we saw him. But the people did their jobs. It was just the plot was kind of, You know what I mean? Except Cole. Cole was absolute. I'm sorry. That actor gonna hate me, but he trash.
It's that bad, huh?
He was bad in Iron Fist. He was bad in Daredevil 2. And what you think he was in this? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, he was bad in Iron Fist. He was bad in Daredevil 2, and he's bad in this. Sonya Blade, I can't tell if her actress was bad or not, but her character writing was so bad. But other than that, most actors did their job. The plot was weird, but it was cool action, cool VFX. So they did a lot amazing, and they did a lot terrible, which makes it the ultimate mid movie.
The ultimate 7 out of 10 movie of all time.
Yeah, the ultimate 7 out of 10. You will never get a 7 out of 10. It's the most talked about movie you probably seen that's 7 out of 10 because the stuff they did well was amazing. I'm talking about the Sub-Zero, Kano, the VFX, the moves, the fatalities was cold. I'm like, oh my goodness, who did this? And why did y'all fire somebody who wrote it? Everybody who decided to do the finishes and the VFX and the special effects and the actors, you can keep them, but fire the writers. So this story is terrible. But everything was
the game, cool. Like this last couple of games that have been actually tying in, like in Mortal Kombat 11 and 10, I want to say, the story, I've been finding myself watching the story on YouTube, like watching
fun.
the cutscenes.
I played them games. The story fun.
I'm like, hey, you got to go back in time to the first tournament.
Yeah,
and this is what really happened in the first tournament. Because I know we showed you the Sega Genesis arcade, Super Nintendo version of this game, but the story it's a lot to it. It's really a lot. There's more. We're not just here fighting just to be fighting. Like it's something behind this.
Yeah, the DLC version was cool too.
Yeah,
when they brought that back, that was amazing. There's a lot of good stuff in Mortal Kombat. So hopefully this get out. This is the first 7 out of 10 movie I want to get a second one because I think they could do so much better. Is that crazy to say? Like I'm really looking, and I will 100% watch it the first day because the good is so good that you can fix the bad.
I can say that there are some movies where I was like, well, let's see what happens with the sequel. And I think I did that with Batman, Batman v Superman. I think I was like, well, let's see what happens in the next movie, and then we'll go from there.
Batman v Superman was so slow. I hate it. That's one of the movies that took a long time to get through.
Well, I did find myself saying like, let's give the next one a chance. Let's see. We're not done. We're not out on the Snyderverse, and then it took a lot of years, but we got the wrap up we needed. But if we had this last one that they had, that Dawn of Justice or whatever, yeah, we that would have tarnished that whole thing. But now that we do have the real Snyder vision, then now that okay, cool. Now this series is a lot better. I respect it now. So not everybody gets a do over on a sequel, so they got lucky.
But it was a slow play. I get it. If you watch the Ultimate Edition a lot better than the regular. It's not crazy much better, but it explained a lot more, and I wasn't as like, this is stupid. It was still long. It was longer, so I'm like, oh my god, get this over with. But it was better, and I understood more going even into the Snyder Cut. So the Ultimate Edition is really good. Well, not really good. It's better than the stuff they put out. But this movie, I see the flaw. It's simple. Get rid of Cole, get rid of the writers, and you got a hit. It's like, if you put an experiment out and you ask people, can you easily fix this? Yes. Get rid of Cole. No offense to you. You can be in the second movie. But my boy coming back, you gotta move. That's a hint too. My boy coming back, you gotta move. You can't be. No, you can't be. No, you gotta get out of here. And change the writers because they was trash.
And if they do a second one, you gotta knock Luke. Well, I'm about to call that boy Luke Cage. If you get Johnny Cage, you better cast the right one. He's got to be witty, and he's got to be Johnny Cage, man.
Yeah. So basically, like I said, get rid of Cole, give my boy his spot back. Cause he should never got my boy spot. And then you can keep doing keep the actors, because they was, like I said, Sonya had a problem with because of the story. I don't know if it was the actress, and I ain't gonna blame her. Cole actor was just so boring. And he would have won the movie was about the whole time. But everybody else killed it to me. You didn't see a lot of people a lot. The VFX, the special effects, the scenes, all the stuff was done well. The fighting was kind of, if you're going off what we saw at Shang-Chi, it's nowhere near that level, but it was good enough, you know what I mean? Shang-Chi looked like it was like everybody been trained, like we do this, dog. This movie, like,
yeah,
and they you can tell they acting fighting, but it was good enough. And then then they have special effects, so it makes it look cool, because them special effects y'all special effects teams get a 10 out of 10. That was amazing to watch. The fatalities was cool. It was one part I thought was stupid, but I'm not gonna. Again, it's the writer's fault, bro. Get rid of the writers. Get rid of Cole. The movie can be number 2 can be amazing. That's my thoughts on Mortal Kombat. And other shows you've been watching, you Nico?
No, I haven't. I just been learning about incels. Also, playing Xenoverse 2 like it's no tomorrow. Like, I haven't had this game for 4 years. For whatever reason, I just stopped playing it. And for whatever reason, it is now my favorite game. I play at least an hour a day. I'm in the Xenoverse 2 right now. And I'm looking at the DLC, and I'm like, man, y'all can get my $9.99 for a couple of these DLCs. Ultra Instinct, Goku, Fu, Gogeta, and Jiren. I'm about to buy that pack and play some of those so I can get me some Ultra Instinct myself. But that's about it. That's what I've been on. I've been on Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super. That's what I've been on lately. So that's my life.
I'm gonna tell everybody some shows I'm about to be on, because I'm gonna probably be on some shows. What's the show called? The Regulars. I'm about to watch that. Y'all can tell me in the comments if it's good. I know the Witcher High Rise Invasion. That's an anime show. Y'all can tell me if that's good. The Wire Outside with Anthony Mackie. I'm gonna watch that too. So we're gonna see how good that is. I got a whole list. Invincible City, Thunder Force. I gotta watch them and let y'all know. Lupin is out. Them the shows I'm gonna be watching probably over the next 2 weeks. I gotta go to Odd Doctor next week, so I'm gonna try to watch as many as I can.
They about to give you them big black glasses with the pink trim around them where you can't see nothing. The big old.
You're end up probably telling me I'm nearsighted. I'm like, I can't afford no glasses. But Remember, everyone, to keep stomping. Unico. Any last word?
I believe that New York media is what pushed Mike Woodson out of the Knicks organization. and I have the proof to back that up. I'll tell you on the next 99 Sports, I got a whole like conspiracy theory wall of how they got Mike Woodson out of there because he's not the problem.
Mike Woodson not the problem. Remember to keep stomping. And remember, tell us some shows in the comments. Like and subscribe. Yeah. And remember, today something amazing. Can't happen. Peace.